guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a full face of makeup using only affordable items. Most of these items were things that I had at home already, stuff that I purchased at Five Below, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Target. So if you guys want to know how to create this look and it be affordable for you guys, just keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start priming off with the Wet n Wild Photofocus Face Primer. Looks like this. And I'm just going to grab a little bit and use my hands and put it all over my face. You can find this primer at Five Below. I think that's where I got mine. So you can definitely find it there for, I think it was $5 if I'm not wrong. Maybe it was a little bit less than $5, but yeah, it was definitely not more than $5, of course. And for our foundation, I will be using the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and it looks like this. And I found this one at Walmart. I think it was $4 and some change, so that's pretty inexpensive. And I'm just gonna use the little wand that it comes with to apply it on my face. Alright, so let's use the Wet n Wild foundation brush. I got this one at Five Below, and let's try this one out. Alright, so now that we're done with our foundation, I will be priming my eyelids with the eyeshadow, the Photofocus eyeshadow primer from Wet n Wild, and it skews all the little bite marks, but my dog was playing with my primer the other day. I dropped it, and she's always close to me when I'm doing my makeup, so she stole it and I didn't realize. And then when I found it in her little bed, I was really upset. So we're gonna start with our eyeshadow, and I will be using the, what is it called, Wet n Wild All Natural palette. It looks just like this, and I will be using this color right here on my upper crease. I forgot to mention the brush that I'm using is from e.l.f. I think it's one of the $1 or probably $2 brushes. It's very inexpensive. I purchased mine when I first started to really get into makeup, so I've had this brush for almost, I think, 3 years. If it's not 2, but it's close to 2 or 3, and I love it. It's one of the brushes that I use the most. I have not spent any money on any expensive brush. All my brushes have been very inexpensive. Most of them are from e.l.f. And of course the Wet n Wild brushes that I recently purchased. I think the most expensive brushes that I have are from Real Techniques, if you could say. Those are the ones that are really have been the most expensive brushes, which I don't regret buying them or purchasing them. They're one of the most greatest brushes I've ever had. They work great. I have the contour brush, I have the eyeshadow brush, I have the crease brush. I have mostly all of the brushes, and I love them. I use them all the time, including this brush, and I think I use also the other e.l.f. blush brush that was also like $2. So yeah, I haven't purchased, I don't think I've owned any expensive brush whatsoever. I definitely don't think it's necessary to create great looks. Alright, so now I will be using this color right here to add on to my crease on my eyelids, and I'm gonna do the same thing, just blend it out. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this color right here, and I will be using my Wet n Wild shadow brush. Also was purchased at Five Below for $1. I don't know if you guys can see it. Okay, and I will be adding this right on my eyelid. Like so. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back in with the e.l.f. brush, and I'm just going to blend everything in. And now we'll be using the Wet n Wild glitter eyeliner. Looks like this. How I said it was $3.99, so it was around $4 at Five Below. So I'm going to try to do a wing. I'm not a big fan of the wing. My eyes are pretty small, so personally on me, I think the wing doesn't look that great. So that's why I usually don't do that on my regular makeup. But with this glitter and this color, I think I want to try it out. So let's see if I can do it. I used to do the intense wing on my eyes, but I always felt like it made my eyes look a lot smaller. Maybe because the black just doesn't go. My eyes already look very, very small, so I feel like that just makes it look smaller. I also used to add black liner on my waterline, which I felt also didn't help at all with my face and with the type of eye shape I have. So I started to use kind of like a creamy or a white liner under my eyes just to make my eyes pop. And then I stopped doing the wing liner, and I just would do a normal line and then put on some falsies, and then I felt like that would make my eyes pop. And then I discovered that if I would add more of that white liner on the upper portion, like down here on the upper portion of my waterline, then it would make my eyes pop even more. So I started doing that a lot instead of doing the wing liner and doing that normal black liner on my waterline. Right, so now that I've done my liner with the Wet n Wild glitter liner, I'm gonna add my false lashes. So these lashes are from, I think, Kiss, and I purchased these at Walmart. I usually have a stack of lashes, so I think these were like $3 for single. If you want to purchase the whole stack, which is like, it comes with like 4 pairs or 5 pairs, I think that's around $10 if I'm not wrong. Okay, so while some of that glue dries up a little bit, I will be adding my concealer, and I'm using the e.l.f. concealer. Looks like this. And this one was $3, and I think you can find them, of course, Target, Walmart. And I will be just doing a triangle on my under circles. And to blend that out, I'm just gonna use my finger. Okay, so now that I've finished doing that, I will be adding some powder, some face powder to kind of bake. I usually use the Laura Mercier, but for today I will be using the e.l.f. in the color Ivory. And I'm just going to use the e.l.f. sponge that comes with it. Definitely do not recommend this. I personally don't like it. I usually use the Real Technique powder brush. But since I have this right here, I'm just going to use this for today. Okay, so now that my lash glue has dried a little bit, I will be applying my lashes. When I first started to learn how to apply lashes, I would be so scared. I would glue my eyelids together. I was so crazy, and I remember I tried and I would poke my eyeballs, and it would just be so annoying that I just couldn't do what other girls were doing and just like pop them on. But it just takes time, and once you practice and practice, it's just, you'll get used to it and it'll be easier every day. Okay, so now that I've baked a little, I'm just gonna buff it out with the Wet n Wild powder brush, and I'm just gonna take it all off. Take all the powder off. Okay, and I'm just gonna go back with the Wet n Wild glitter liner again and just make sure, kind of like retouch it up, make sure like it's intense like the way I want it. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with my eyebrows, and I will be using the Wet n Wild brow pencil. Looks just like this, and I'm just gonna fill my eyebrows in. I'm not a big fan of shaping them and all of that stuff. I like my eyebrows more natural, so I'm just gonna kind of like fill them in and go with its natural shape. And this was purchased at Five Below as well, and it was $2.99. now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. clear gel. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but it looks like this. You can also find this at Target or any drugstore that you go to. It was $1, and I just used this to kind of like keep my eyebrows together and just go all over them with it and kind of like reshape them to what I want them to stay in place the whole entire day. Okay, so now that I'm done with my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild bronzer that looks like this. You can purchase this, of course, at any drugstore. I purchased mine at Five Below. It was, I think, $3.99, if not $4.99. And I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild contour brush that looks like this to just add it all over my face. I'm just going to add a little bit of blush, and I'm using the Wet n Wild blush. I think this one was $3.99 if I'm not wrong. And using Wet n Wild brush. And now I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight. Same thing, it's from Wet n Wild. And I don't have a highlighter brush, so I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush. Looks like this. It's just a regular fan brush. And I'm just going to add highlight on my face. For my mascara, I will be using the e.l.f. mascara. It is the waterproof lightening and volumizing mascara. This was also $3. And I'm just going to add it on my lower lashes. So how I said, I usually add like a white liner on my waterline. I didn't find that in any store. I found the NYC one. I purchased it, but when I was trying to open it and swatch it, none of the product came out. So I actually will not be using anything for my waterline, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. And now I'm gonna use the e.l.f. I think this one was called Rose, something like that. I forgot the name of it, but it is from e.l.f. and I'm going to use it on my lips. Alright, and I'm just going to go in with the NYX Lingerie Lippy in the color 04, I think. And I'm just going to add it on top of the e.l.f. color. Alright, so now to set my whole face, I will be using the e.l.f. Mist and Set Spray. Looks like this. And this one was also $3, and I'm just gonna spray it all over my face. Okay guys, so this is it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, most of my items were stuff that are very affordable. It's not necessary to buy expensive brand products, especially if you're just starting, if you want to learn how to do your makeup, or if you want to just experiment, if you're on a budget. Most of my items were great. I really enjoyed my look. I loved how it turned out, and you can definitely get this look and it be inexpensive. So I'll talk to you guys later.